Hey everyone, welcome back to Caesar's Freedomstead. Today I'm going to go ahead and make a video showing you guys how to change the oil on your Champion generator 3500 watt. And just wanted to make this video because I'm already doing it right now. And I looked on the internet for some videos that were like this and I don't really see any that I liked. So I wanted to show you guys the simple way of doing it here. I have this out here because we just got done with that whole snowstorm that was out here in South Carolina. And I had the thing running for pretty much the whole entire day. And I like to change the oil, when it has prolonged use, just in case, we get hit with something else. We are due to have some more snow at the end of the week. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to change your oil here. It's very, very simple. So right here you have your oil dipstick here. This is where you could check your oil. And right here, this is where the oil is going to drain. Now on the owner's manual it says to use a 12 millimeter, but I have actually found that a 10 millimeter works best for this right here. So go ahead and just fiddle around with your generator. Read your owner's manual, but my 10 millimeter works really well for this. And make sure you have a little pan underneath. Always want to remember to have one of those. And what I like to do also is I'll put some cardboard underneath because I don't want anything getting on the ground. Now, typically I would do this out on the lawn, but it's all snow. And I tried to do it out there earlier and I cannot get it on an even ground. So I'm just putting this cardboard down and I have my container right here to catch the oil. Now, one thing you need to remember when you're changing the oil, you need to change it when the engine is warm. Okay, so it is going to say that in your owner's manual. So let it run for a good 5 minutes or so, and then turn it off, and then go ahead and change your oil. So make sure it's warm first. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and screw this off. The oil is going to drip into the pan, and then we're going to go ahead and refuel. We're going to put the new oil in right here, and so we'll go ahead and try that. Okay, so usually get it loose with just one nice push there. And now let's go ahead and slowly take this little cap off. All right, now you see it going down into the little pan. All right, now it has a washer on it, so make sure you get them both off. Now it's still coming out. You can see right there. Just let it leak out there so that oil is it's pretty dark. So it's a good thing we're changing that out now. So just let it all drain out. When it's all drained out, we're going to go ahead and put the new oil in. Okay, so as you see inside of the pan right there, everything has drained out. Nothing else coming out of the area where the oil is to drain. And so what I like to do next is I will use a little cloth and just kind of clean off that little area there. All right, now you can see it pretty cleanly there. And so everything's out. And I'm glad we did because it's pretty nasty. Now we're going to go ahead and put the cap and the washer back on. Okay. Now remember, I was using the 10 millimeter. But go ahead and check your instructions. I know, like I said, I know mine says a 12, but... Okay, so we got that on nice and tight. Now, this is where it's different from each area that you are, depending on the temperature that's outside. For where we are, I mean, it gets cold, but it doesn't get, negative degrees or in the single digits. I don't think I've ever seen single digits here. So I use the 10W30, and this right here, I've been using this for years. So this is what we use. And like I said, check your owner's manual. see, you know, what is best for the temperature that's in the area that you are, and just use that. But this is what works for us. Now, let's go ahead and remove this oil tray here. Don't want that nasty hanging around. Okay, now we got our dipstick right here. This is where we're going to put the oil back in. All right, let's clean it up a little bit. All right, just set it down right there. Now, it is much easier when you have something like this. See how awesome that is? Here, let me show you from the side. See, it gives you plenty of room to add that oil. It's way out here. You could buy the short ones, you know, but these long range ones are pretty awesome. So it's really easy, and that's for what I want for this video, is to show you the easy way of doing it. We're gonna go ahead and add our oil. So we have that in. Now, check your owner's manual, but inside of, on my owner's manual for this Champion 3500 watt, it says you can add up to 18.5 ounces of the oil. So this is up to, so, you know, make sure you get everything out, and you can put up about 18 ounces. And so whether you have a measuring device, you know, separate for this type of thing, or you need one, just get something to measure it out. You don't want to put in too much, and you definitely don't want to put in too little. And it's kind of tedious having to put some in, not knowing how much you actually put in, and having to keep on checking the oil through the dipstick there, on and on and on. It just takes you a little bit of extra time. I'll just use a little bit of a minute measuring cup and put about 18 ounces in here and add it. So I know exactly how much I put in and how much it's capable of holding. And so I just check the dipstick once, make sure it looks good. So on this one right here, you guys probably can't see it on there because it's clear. This is right here, one of those protein container cups. You use whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to use for this. So right here is about 18. All right, let's go ahead and just put it in there. Look at how nice that oil looks. Nice clean oil. Much better than that black nasty stuff that I had. So, all right, there we go. That's 18. Again, it says 18, actually 18.6. I think I said 18.5, but it's 18.6. It says up to. But I'm just going to do 18. I don't like to fill it all the way up for obvious reasons. Now look at that difference there. Look at that. That's all black there. That's all nice, new. All right. And again, I like to put something under it. I don't like to make a mess. All right, so let's go ahead and start adding. I like to add it and let it drain in there. You know, one thing about maintenance that you want to save a little bit of time on is the cleaner you make it, the less work you got to do afterwards. You don't want to make the missus angry either. So, you want to make sure that you're doing this really cleanly, and you don't want to get any oil on any of your stuff anyways. All right. Okay, there we go. So we added all of our new oil. And you see, there we go. That's why I use it, because you will get a couple drops. All right. All right, just kind of tip it up a little bit. Let the rest of it get in there. All right. Now let's take that bad boy out. Okay, so we have successfully put the new oil in. Now let's beautify this right here a little bit. Make sure it's clean. All right, let's go ahead and stick that dipstick back in. I'm gonna leave it for a few seconds, and then we're gonna pull it out and take a look. All right, let's hang out for a second. All right, let's go ahead and pull it out. All right, it's probably hard for you guys to see because it's nice, clean. But look how clean that oil is now. It is dripping from it onto the cloth here. But nice new clean. It goes all the way up to the high mark there. But you know, typically I'll check it. Typically I'll check it about maybe two or three times. You know, just to make sure it's good. But we know it's good because we know we put 18 ounces in there, so we know we put in the really close to the recommended amount. So we do have enough oil in there, and it is looking good. And so as we see, there's no leaks now. When nothing's leaking out, make sure you tighten everything because if this isn't tight, when you put in the new oil, if this isn't tight enough, it's going to start dripping a little bit. But you'll also want to do the power on test. So once you've tightened everything and you've changed that oil, power it on for a couple minutes and see how it goes. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and power it on. I'm going to put the camera down so you guys can kind of look at that area there and keep an eye out for me. Make sure nothing is leaking out or spitting out. So we're going to go ahead and power it on. We're going to run it for about a minute here. Make sure it intakes that oil. You want to make sure it's getting in there really well, just to kind of be ready for the next time. Because if power goes out, you go ahead and just get it started up and running, and you're good to go. So always do this check after you change oil. All right, so it's working really good. So we got that oil changed in there from that nasty black dirty oil into the brand new oil. It's running, it's good to go. So hopefully we don't get another power outage, but it's probably gonna happen again this year because the snow was pretty bad this year. So check out my last video, you guys will see that. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe and like and share. And thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on the Freedomstead.